Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Well, it never ceases to amaze me, when you spend your time, my whole life dedicated to spiritual search and then giving back whatever I could give back. Putting together, constructing a path. Now, I'm not teaching the Buddhist path. I'm not teaching the Hindu path. I'm teaching the path that came out of my own walk, my own journey. Okay? Just as Buddha taught a path from his journey. Okay? And so I teach a path based on my journey. Okay? Practices are given from my journey. So anyway, I love when people say that, if they watch my channel for so many years, how much donation have you actually given ever? Oh, nothing? Okay, not even a cup of coffee? And yet you're going to sit there and bitch and scream about what you think you're not getting? I spend my time, my effort to do all the videos, to construct an online ashram, to give out practices to move people forward, and it's up to their good grace, or supposed to be their good grace, to give back in some measure, some way. Okay? But how many people watch my channel for years and years and years on end and never give even $5? Okay? Think about it. And then have the nerve to go off on some rant. Well, what have you given? I've given my time, my energy, my life to aiding people. So I did a reading. Say, what do these people think they're going to get out by doing these videos, okay? Because they're coming out against what's being given here. My standing as a guru, as a fully enlightened Shakti Pat guru. Okay? So what they have above it all is their unhappiness. Well, I'm sorry you are unhappy with your life. Again, what's underneath of it all is, what have they been given? Everything you've been given has been given gratis. Okay? Now, if you don't take and use it, and so they're off on let's just go through this real quick. So they're going to go take this energy into the world, and where it's coming out of? Hello, ego. Their ego drama. So they're going to sit there and purport on their ego drama, but act like it's coming out of some great message that they have. I'm just doing this for the, and thinking they're going to get some strength from it. I'm going to show you how strong I am. I'm going to uncover what's hidden. But it's going to come to a painful end. Why? Because there's no gratitude anywhere. Okay? Because there's no gratitude. And I don't care what path you try to walk, unless you have, and again, they come out with things that don't bear any resemblance to this path. They pick and choose what they're going to follow, what they're not, what they're going to put into place. And this is a path for people, not children that need to be spoon-fed. This is a path for people that are mature, that are ready to put the practices into place 24/7. Now, there are people on this path that will tell you they're not doing that. They're too busy in the day. They've got families. They don't have time. Okay, they're being honest in it. Okay? So all the main thing is honesty. Honesty, integrity, transparency, and sacredness. Okay? People on this path are on their honor to give back in some way, shape, or form. Nothing's demanded of them. Nobody's ever sent a bill. They're not charged for the teachings, but they're expected to give back in some manner. Okay? And you get so many that don't give back anything. Okay? There are quite a few that never give a penny. And those are usually the ones that go off in the biggest huff and the most nasty, vitriolic drama. And you have to ask yourself why. Okay? Unbelievable, the ingratitude of people for the time and the energy that you spend, even in putting out the videos. 8 years worth of videos. Okay, 8 years of my life has been dedicated to putting out videos to aid people. Created an online ashram, put it in place. There have been many online groups that have shifted throughout the time, because at first this path was supposed to be just for those wanting to go forward to realization. Okay? That were fully dedicated to it. But through the years, I've seen that that's not where people are at. They say they want realization. They say, but they're not willing to put in the time, energy, intensity that it takes. It takes 100% focus, 24/7. And people aren't willing to do that. So what I found more that they want is just something to either entertain themselves with, or something to make their lives a little better, but they're not in any way, shape, or form wanting to give up ego. They don't want to go the whole of the way. Well, if you're looking for just insights and drama, you're wanting to gather and collect more. You're not willing to let go. Okay? So when you're not willing to walk a path, put into effect what's given, you know, and people are showing more and more that they are just, they want to pick and choose. They don't follow what's given as it's given. They want to modify, and then they want to add things from here and add things from there and gather and collect. And then when they don't work together, one cancels out the other. You can't come here and complain that you are not getting it. So again, when I see people putting up, like this one person put up a video critiquing this path and had it wrong from start to end, and then say they don't want to get into semantics, well, yes, they do. Again, you can't gather and collect and piecemeal things from this place and that place and then wonder why you're not progressing here. Okay? So again, you think it's I'm not Nityananda. I'm not going to sit on a throne. I'm not charging you thousands and thousands of dollars. I give you what I can give you, and it's up to you to put it into place and walk the path. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to put in the energy, if you don't come with your questions, then that's on you. Okay? Again, this is why Nityananda, the Avadut, left his form. He said, basically, screw you all, I'm out of here, because all people want is they come and give me. And then they're not happy. Okay? They're not actually looking to progress. They're not actually wanting to know God. They're not actually wanting to surrender. They're not actually looking for that. They're looking for entertainment. They're looking for, it has to be according to what they think it should be. And when it's not according to what they think it should be, they're going to go on a rant and try to trash it. Okay? That's fabulous. If you're going to critique this path, you think you're so all-knowing, okay? Why don't you first walk the journey from start to finish? See what it takes. It's easy to sit there and be in an armchair as an armchair critic. Oh, I've read this and I've read that, and it doesn't tally with this, it doesn't tally with that, therefore it's fake, it's this, it's that. Nonsense. Not every path is going to fit for every person, ever. Okay? That's why there are many different types of paths, because there are many different types of personalities. Okay? If you're somebody that needs to be spoon-fed, this is not the path for you. Okay? If you're not ready to go through a Kundalini awakening, and you're not ready to deal with the things that come up, and you're not willing to let go of those to move forward, this is not the path for you. If you're not ready to surrender within, to go forward, this is not the path for you. If you want some intellectual type of thing where you're studying and you're gathering more and more facts and drama that you can talk about that sound good on the surface, this is not the path for you. Okay? If, on the other hand, you are mature enough and you want to know what is God, what is prior to the ego form, and you're willing to open and surrender yourself within, and you're willing to follow guidance, you're willing to follow instructions, and you're willing to put it in place 24/7, okay? And you want that energetic connection to help to cut through and cut through and cut through. And when you're ready for it, to ask for more, then this might be a good fit for you. Okay? This is why I just went through and asked people in the ashram, how long have you been on this path? What are the practices you're actually putting into place? I'm not assuming that they are doing it, because a lot of them are not. They're not doing all what's given. They pick and choose and do a little here and a little there. And their full attention is not on it. Okay? So those that are ready for something deeper, I'll let them move to the next step. And there are some that are quite happy to swim on the surface. They're not ready to dive deep. Okay, if you're not ready, I'm not going to push it. 100% not. But again, if you don't sit there and you don't come forward and you don't ask questions and you're not open, you're not honest, don't sit there and bitch and moan about what you don't get, that it's not a good fit for you, and then want to try to say your critique, which is wrong from start to finish. So again, if your critique is wrong and you started out on an absolutely wrong premise to begin with, how can you bitch and complain about what you think you didn't get? You know, there have been over 1,000 people on this path, and people are supposed to know who you are by some fake YouTube name that you've got up there, and by listening to your voice, I'm supposed to know who you are. Okay. I dealt with over 1,000 people. Okay? And some of them stay on the fringe. You hardly ever hear from them. And some of them you deal with, you know, on a very regular basis. Okay? So if you're not somebody that's come forward, you're not somebody that's posted regularly, you're not somebody that's asked questions, you're not somebody, then don't, again, assume everybody's supposed to know who you are. Okay? And again, I'm sorry these people come and get their nose out of joint. And they're here years and years and years ago. And it's not till years later that they're sitting there brooding and you know, going to come forward with some nonsense. It's coming out of their own angst and their own drama. It's obviously something you need to handle within yourself that you're not dealing with. Okay? On this path, you're given tools, how to be introspective, how to cut through, but none of those apparently have been used at all. Amazing. Amazing. So yet again, let me say this very clearly. I spent my whole life, since a young age, walking the path, getting to realization, and then constructing a path for people to be able to use to move forward. Everything's been given gratis. And the only thing that's asked is that people honor what's given and give back in some way from what they can afford, what is right for them. Okay? But if you don't have any gratitude and you never give back, and then want to bitch and moan and cry and scream about what you're not getting, how ungrateful of a person are you? Okay? Amazing. Just absolutely, utterly amazing to me. And again, people that watch this channel have watched it for years, never give a $5 donation. Nothing. Not even a cup of coffee. What does that say about their gratitude for what's given? For the time I spend making videos. I'm sure I'm one of the only gurus on the planet that will sit here and monitor a YouTube video and answer you directly when you have questions, and deal with your bullshit that people come up with on a daily basis, and act as if they're just talking to some fly-by-night, kid. And this is why most gurus won't spend the time to go to YouTube and actually answer people, because you have to deal with all the BS that comes up as well, and attacks and drama. Okay? But because I care about humanity, I will continue to stay. And those that have decent questions, that are genuine, I will take the time to answer them. And those that want to come and play games, I don't have time for your nonsense. Okay? And those that want to come and say they've been here and critique and go off on their nonsense, you might want to look at what you put in and what you didn't. Because again, if you can't even get the name of the path right, and you start on a wrong premise, and then want to shift once everything is clarified, and well, I don't want to get into semantics, then clearly you didn't understand step 1 on this path. And it was not the path for you. If you have already made up in your mind what it's supposed to be, and you hear one word and you're off on a thing and you've closed your mind to everything else, then of course you're not going to get anything. Okay? If you can't come openly to a guru, unreservedly, the more that you are closed and the more you are suspicious and the more that you are, then that's, you know what? You're closing the door. You're the ones that are closing the door. Okay? Those that come with an open heart and are ready to surrender, I'm sure they can attest to what they are getting. Okay? And those that come with suspicious minds, those that have already made up in their mind what a path is supposed to be and what it's not, and when it doesn't fit their ideations, they close and they block everything off, then that's on you. That's on you. It's not the fault of the path. It's not the fault of what's being given here. It's the fault of the person that they're not willing to accept it, they're not willing to open to it, and they block it off. Okay? The path is not easy. This is not a rah-rah club where I'm spoon-feeding everybody and patting them on the back for every little thing that they do. That's to feed ego. It's not here to feed egos. This is to break through the delusion, not to create more illusion and delusion that you're patted on the back for. Okay? This is not that type of a path. If you want the type of a Buddhist type path where they say, oh, be compassion, and you do this compassion thing, and you send it out in the universe, and you be a better person, and you be a vegetarian, and you wear this color, and this is not that type of path. If that's what you're looking for, most assuredly you're going to be unhappy here. Because this is 180 degrees away from that type of a thing. This is not a path where you're told you have to sit for 4 hours a day and do meditation. Okay? And there are some people that have to have that kind of a constructed path where they're told exactly when to sit, exactly what to say, exactly what to do, for how many hours, for how much time. You know, this is not that type of path. Okay? If you cannot be on your own and you cannot put things into place, this is not the type of path for you. Because let me stress it again, you are given the practices, you are given the guidance. There's over, 1,000 videos of instruction, of guidance, of things to move you forward. If you can't, if you can't even look for that, and people will come here all the time and ask me, they're not willing. There's already been maybe 20 videos about the subject they're asking for, but they can't even take the time to look to find it themselves. Oh no, you need to make another video. You got to cater to me. It's got to be, if you can't even put in that much effort to put in the subject line of what you're looking for, if you can't even do that, how do you think you're ready to walk a path? It's a solitary path. Okay? Something to think about, people. And again, if you're somebody that's been watching this channel for years, you might want to ask yourself, if you've never even given as much as a cup of coffee in gratitude, you might want to look at that. Okay? Might want to look at that. Seriously, before you go off and bitch and complain. Okay? Because I'm putting in time, effort, my good graces, everything that I've gotten, I'm giving back. And when it's not appreciated in any way, shape, or form, it's blown off as if it's, everyday occurrence. Okay? Think about that. How many gurus, genuine gurus, are there to interact with people on the net, to answer their questions the minute they come in, that are giving them that time and energy? How many are actually doing that? Okay? Very few. Really, humanity has fallen so far that they don't, Again, that's why the Avadut Nietzsche on the leftist forum said, I'm out of here. He got so disgusted with humanity and the way they were acting, and the ingratitude for what he was giving. And he just said, I'm out of here, I'm done. Think about it. And again, people that come here and they want to continually ask me about other gurus, other teachers. How disrespectful is that to here and this path? That is so rude. So very, very rude for people to do. So I'm going to leave this here. Okay, people need to wake up. Or else the opportunity that I've been offering here for so many years is going to go away. Okay? And you can continue to go play your games, whatever you're going to play. But the opportunity will be lost to have a genuine guru that's gone the whole way to realization, that gives energy, methodologies, way to awaken Kundalini, the way to go all the way forward. That door may close. Okay? That door may close. And you can continue to deal with cults and cult leaders that are there not for your benefit, but for their own benefit. Okay? And they will continue to play to your ego and say all the things you want to hear, and they will give you very little, nothing in return. They'll take you for every penny you've got, throw you in the street when you have nothing left. And those gurus that are there that actually care about you, you will lose access to them. Okay? Truly, this is Kali Yuga.